how to deal with negative and forgetful people. Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Becker, and today I want to share with you my top 3 tips on how to deal with negative and critical people. But first, consider subscribing to my channel if you find this information helpful by hitting the red subscribe button below and hit that little bell next to it too, and you'll be notified every time I put out a new video. So the number 1 tip I have for you in dealing with negative and critical people, and this is a big one, and that is to know and to realize that it is them and not you. You know, too often, people, negative people and critical people, man, they know how to get to us, don't they? They know the buttons to push. They know what's going to get us riled up. They know how to get to us, and it's so easy to be sucked into that. It's so easy to either be argumentative with them or to put your walls up or to lash back at them. But it's so vital to remember that this is a reflection of them and what is going on in their lives and what is going on deep inside of them that they're portraying out to you. And very often it's a sense of jealousy that they may have. Like they may see you, and whether you are successful in some area or they think that, they might think really highly of you inside. They may think you're beautiful, but there's something that triggers that inside of them that makes them realize, man, I've missed my mark. I've put off my own dreams. I feel like crap about myself. I'm going to be negative to this person. I'm going to lash out to them. And the way they may be negative or critical, that list could be long, and I won't go into that, but you know the feeling. You know the feeling of being around a person like this. Because very often when you're around a person like this, you tend to feel demeaned or you feel attacked. Or a big one that people tend to overlook is you tend to start feeling tired, right? They will bring you down without you realizing it. So we all know what it's like to be around a negative person. But again, the important thing to remember is that it's a reflection of them and not you. They are going through something major inside, whether they tell you or not, whether they show it or not. And it's actually a huge sense of unconfidence inside of them. Like they have no self-esteem. They feel awful about themselves. So they're trying to make you feel that way also. So to detach ourselves from that outburst or that negativity and to realize that it's just them, that it has nothing to do with us, truly does help break you free of worrying about it. The number 2 tip I have for you in dealing with negative or critical people is to simply lessen your time with them. Look, I know it's not always possible, like it might be your very own spouse, but it is important if you are able, if it is in your power to do so, it is important to lessen your time with them because these people, they will continue to bring you down. I know so often we are helpers and healers. We think we can change somebody, right? We think that if we show them how positive and wonderful life can be, or if we show them the bright side of life, like that will change them. And very often it won't, because very often it's something that's buried deep inside of them. It's a deep hurt they have or a deep insecurity. And there's nothing we can do to lessen that. They will have to come to that on their own. So if it is all possible, lessen your time with them and look for people who are on the same wavelength as you, the same people that you can be around that will uplift you while in turn you can uplift them. Now I want to add a little side note to this. If the negative and critical person in your life is your spouse, like let's face it, most other people we could still lessen our time with, right? But if it's your own spouse or even your children, it's really impossible, right? It seems like it's impossible. So then that's when you approach it a different way. Maybe you can point out positive, or maybe you could just try to really get inside their heads and say, look, what's really wrong? What's really bothering you? Let's talk about it. There are ways around it to try to help that person, like nagging at them, yelling at them, saying, why are you always like this? That's not gonna help. The number 3 tip I have for you on how to deal with the negative or critical people can be a big one. And that is not to interact with them with their complaining, with their gossiping, with their criticizing. It's so easy, and I've mentioned this in another video, it is so easy to get caught up in that gossip, right? Because there's something about complaining and negativity and gossiping and comparing all of our negative behaviors with each other. There's something about that that's so gratifying inside, isn't it? And when these people come to you with these criticisms or gossip, it's important for you just to put an X on that conversation right at the start. It's important to say, no, I haven't, and then just change the subject however you would, what your voice is, just change that subject and get away from it. And that'll let that person know without saying directly to them, look, I want to have nothing to do with that. I know it's hard to stay away from it sometimes, but it really is worth the effort. It really is worth the effort to instead turn that around and start complimenting people, right? Share good things that happen to you. Point out, something pretty or something nice. It really does work even towards those negative and critical people. A lot of times they are going through a lot of crap in their life, and if you just offer them that smile or that kind word, or if you just offer them just the tiniest bit of, some kind of like detached support, right? You don't have to get involved with the drama, but just something like, hey, let me know if I can help you. Anything. A lot of times that really helps, and that helps change around their life as well. But I really hope this has given you some insight on maybe dealing with the negative people. If it has, then please give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And I would love to know, what is the number one thing that you have used that has helped you deal with critical and negative people? Comment below. I would love to find out what that is. And as always, if you find the content on this channel helpful, then please consider subscribing, because every Thursday I bring you new videos to help you hopefully live your best life ever. Have a great day, guys. Bye.